Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Esea MDL. I don't actually know what week we're in, but I do know that we're going to be kicking things off with Gamerlegion and Forze, and somehow in my memory, I've just remembered that it's week 4. So nobody told me. There's no one in the back of my ears. It's me, Tom Biz, of course, joined by Connor, or Scrawny. You're known as Scrawny, aren't you?
It's the Scrawn dog, actually.
Oh,
It's
is it
officially
changed?
being changed. Yeah,
That's
we've put
official.
in the submission for record. We'll get the answer back soon, Tom.
Okay, I'll take your word. I like how you're repping some other organizations' merch. That's always a good thing.
You didn't have to bring it up. Could have moved along. And so we will move along right into the first game, Tom. Forze Gamerlegion, week 4, as you said, of course. It's going to be the Gamerlegion on the T side. You told me that we should be expecting some individual prowess, some headshots, perhaps, here on Overpass.
Well, yeah, last time I cast them, they didn't actually have Scream. So that's obviously going to be a bit of an upgrade. I believe he had some troubles with the client, so glad to see him back. And some of the stats I've seen coming out from him recently have been pretty good, but unfortunately not in this round. He's out of there within the first few seconds.
Ooh, Face Crack just got caught with his knife out. That's good timing by Knock. He loses his player off of Party, but walks along as fast as can be. You see the rotate now from Forze just peeling themselves off of the bathrooms. So that one exchange of kills here from Gamerlegion gets them all of the mid control. And they have a player on B. What is Hampus doing? How's he gotten in here? How's he not died yet? There he goes. Flit's going to catch him. Headshot connects. And 2 Ts remain to win the pistol.
Yeah, Norcus at least managed to retrieve himself the P250, giving him at least a little bit of extra range, but you can see how passive the CTs are waiting. HS as well, there's another one in there, and they've managed to connect that first shot, looking to try and fake out the plant, see if there's anybody close, but the Ts will at least be able to get that extra bit of money, so a worst case scenario, they'll be coming back into the next round with something extra, but Norc's actually going to pick off another. Turning things into a 2v2, the CT's trying to close down these remaining angles, but it is all the T's at the moment. Gamerlegion have turned things back, and Flit is left alone, and he's going to be slaughtered as well. They didn't take a point of damage in that 4v2.
Nope. They were just able to walk onto the bomb site thanks to that first long-range P250 headshot. Second kill in the 2 versus 4, also by way of popping a Heaven player. I'm telling you, Tom, with the number of headshots in that round, there was more than one face.
Well, it's almost as if one of the players, their name actually stands for headshot.
Could be.
Would be magnificent if that was the case, wouldn't it? But yeah, I've seen HS do that with a P250 for maybe 3 to 4 years now, since casting him back when he kicked things off in Estonia, and he was always sick with a P250, so happy to see that hasn't gone anywhere. Exi Power, though, he's just popping in with the scout. 2 players try to go down long, 2 players meet their doom. Scream is going to be able to retrieve this. He wants to go himself. Not quite the one tap. And actually, Exi Power is just going to retreat. His job is done.
That's basically one of the best case scenarios. You know, you're rocking 2 SMGs down towards that B site, hoping they can make contact, or you filter these Ts into that single. And normally a single scout, maybe it's good for a tag shot. You know, maybe 2 of these terrorists are lit as they enter onto the A site, as they walk up and try to pass Almazer, this pistol. But no, we're talking kills, baby. 2 hot frags coming off of Exit Power. Now with eyes through washrooms. Hampus cleared out from the closer of the corners. And Almazer's now swapped out to the AK. It's versus an ump. He's got the bomb dropped flawless. A flawless force by round 2.
You almost start to wonder if they threw that first round. Because it's so clean by Gamerlegion to win that 4v2 that you then go into this round and they do that. I don't even know. So we spoke like for a few minutes beforehand saying that I think this is going to be a fairly puggy game, but I didn't expect it to go this far. Some ridiculous shots hit. Oh, now the T's are the ones onto the force by themselves. I will say I've always enjoyed watching Hampus with a deagle.
Yes.
That was good timing, I'll be honest. Thank you very much for that. Luckily, for the CT side, he's going to be put down by Almazer.
HS looking to go for damage control over here towards Monster. Spams through the smoke, swaps MP9s. And then is going to bring it back into short water. So he is very much alone in this direction, kind of puffing his chest as Knock puffs heads. in the bathrooms. Beautiful shot on face crack, but Exit Power is going to walk forward here. I like that he doesn't shy away from this fight. He's trying to cut them off as opposed to just hiding in the bomb site, allow for them to go into an execution. Remember, there are double smokes right now for Gamerlegion. This would be a great way to execute into A, if only HSS second nade wasn't down on B, but he could pull a fake. Remember, Exit Power is still here alone, and now he has come back from bathrooms. He is playing within the side of the site, waiting for these T's to arrive, but they're going to double back. They've got 40 seconds to play with, and they're going to use that to transport bomb through spawn and hit this B site hard.
Yeah, the thing is, I wonder if the CTs will have that temptation to rotate back. I love this angle from Almeza, one that's very hard to clear, but he's been spotted without able to do any damage. They're also playing a little bit of a bait in terms of Flit, who's just going to sit behind the barrels. The man with the UMP just looking to try and deny the plant. That's all he's really hoping for, and they haven't spotted him at all. They run right past, but he's only going to get one. Expected a little bit more, and now XC Power. Wow, this is going to be a very difficult retake.
He's going to be able to walk around first. Deep, short control coming in for HS. That's the player with the most HP. Scream just resides in the short water, and Exit Power has been spotted. He calls it quits. He's out of here. Or not. Doubles back, maybe a little bit of damage control once again, Tom. It's a possibility, but it really does boil down to Flit. I mean, he's in the perfect position, and it goes so well. He had 3 players turn from him. There's a kitten here. Oh, if he had stuck...
He's just trying to bait them back. I
Yeah,
actually
wants
quite
him to
like this
blow up a
idea.
bomb.
Will he
Is he
survive?
Yeah, nicely done. Takes down HS with him. So a little fancy footwork to clear that last kill. But again, let's return to the whole thing with Flit. I mean, MP9, 2 players on the ramp with their backs turned. He prioritizes those kills thinking the bomb carrier has his hands filled by planting that bomb. But the bomb carrier comes off of his plant, Tom, kills him, and saves the day. Again, Gamerlegion going to force back the same way Forze did in their second round. But we get into the gun rounds regardless of who's winning what. 4th round on the board, rifles aplenty, and lots of players towards shorts for the CT. They might not realize there's T's coming at them.
Well, this could be interesting. HS has actually managed to get past the boost, currently into the connector, and so much nade damage done by the T side. 1 HE, lowering both players. We've actually come up with almost identical buys. An MP9 on either side, and then rifles purchased up, and not a whole lot of utility, unfortunately. Or Hampus, able to do a bit of damage through the wall, but ultimately neither side able to get that initial kill just yet, but it comes close. Resistance having to just fall back a little bit, and actually going to be just a quick trade towards Banana to kick off this round.
Yep, nicely done by Scream, having already worked past the front side of bathroom. He's going to throw the lady smoke. Completely nullifies Flit, but he runs through it, wants to help Almeza. 2 rifles per bomb site at the moment, or excuse me, there's an SMG with J. That's why he plays support. Flash currently primed to pop off the wall, face crack, try to deny this monster pressure. That is where 3 players came into the B bomb site last round, but it's going to be short, which will be prioritized, so it seems. Still, these T's, they'll wait 20 seconds and another smoke in the face. This is big from Jerry. He's going to have to hold them back, and they do not have vision. Bomb completely cut off. And a solid hold here from Forze. We're going back and forth, baby. Tom, there is no order to these rounds. This is just mayhem. It's bedlam. It's chaos, and I love it.
Yeah, it's actually surprising as well the way that the CT side have been the ones able to hold on to a lot more of their economy in the way that they've been winning. I think it's because they won the almost like pure 4-spy round, and also removed some weaponry from the T's. But the T's have come off way worse in this scenario than the CTs. They now come in with a full buy. But yeah, I think a lot of that just has to come down to, well, basically doing exactly what you need to do versus Gamerlegion. Not taking the fights, other than the one that was around Banana. And then just holding your utility, because although this is an existence team, this is one where you do expect quite a bit of structure. We haven't actually seen any proper utility really picked up yet by Gamerlegion, just based off finances. So for them to go for an execution with 30 seconds left was never going to happen. So having 3 smokes at that point for the CT side basically meant they won the round.
Yep, that's a valid point, man. You should be a commentator. Maybe an
I try. I don't know about that. That would be ridiculous.
Wouldn't it be? Existence.
I've been told I'm a golden over 1, so you know, how could I be an analyst?
I don't know. What's Esperanza? These Deagles making quick work. The players on the A site. Tompus is going to fall, but it's Existence to kind of save the day here with that one single AK. He has 3 kills. So, we talked about Gamerlegion working with so little. You put that in the right hands, and a little can turn into a lot. Last man up is going to be Almazer. He's completely mollied off. Scream could give him an opening back into this A site if he wants to go for a retake, if he wants to add a tally to the costs. In fact, he could still go for the clutch. If only he had a kit. Not one currently on him, and now these 2 Ts, they're just going to hunker down, bunker down on the A site and win out the round. 3-2, back and forth, still consistently back and forth, round after round. No consecutive round 1, I don't believe. So this one comes to a close with 1 survivor per team. Gamerlegion with a 1-round lead.
Yeah, once again, though, we see some players lost towards the end for Gamerlegion. It is evident that their focus is on removing weapons from their opponent rather than building up their own economy, which you can kind of understand in cases, but I feel like they're doing it a little bit too much. And it means, again, if the Force buy now goes back the other way, they're going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble. I did one of the things I've just noticed. I genuinely read Existence name as if he was like
IGL.
making a sort of IGL pun.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. I was like,
oh.
Existence game leader? Like, all right. Yeah, no, I guess they are called Gamerlegion.
Yeah, I kind of wish that is what he was doing though. I feel like, and then Screams would almost be like he's rewritten MLG
with a dose of
MGL.
Just perfectly fine. Takes all kinds to make the world go round. And I think that's the real philosophy here behind Forze's buy. It takes all kinds to make the Force buy work, because they've got an MP9 CZ 5.7 AUG and a Scout. It's a perfect mix, a melange, with some utility in there as well. It's going to be chucked out down towards the B site early. Face crack spamming a first flash. Wants to get a bit of an edge for vision on Monster. Jerry plays close. As you can see, majority of fours down here towards the B site. That single scout of Exa Power going to try its hand once again. He was so successful last time he was in said position, but nope. Gets shut down with early damage. Retreats with 36 HP. And now watch as Gamerlegion just creep and crawl their way across the map.
Yeah, looking for a spot around towards shore. It's actually going to be some aggression coming out now from this CT side, but Scream is more than prepared for this. Takes the first head off, gets dinked up a little bit, and doesn't really want to risk an AK falling into enemy hands, although he is going to go back for a little bit more. Quite a risky fight to take, but the rest of the team in the meantime are going over on towards A. So his goal just to try and hold off any sort of rotations. However, Almazer, a nice couple of kills actually getting back into the site. He's given his team a good opportunity here. HS has just been stuck, and it should be a trade, but his teammate a little bit far behind on going for that kill. It will mean that he can just hold within the site, burn that clock down. There is still a kit onto Exi Pound, with Jerry finding another frag. Leaves it onto the remaining 2 to try and hold on.
With that one kit that was still in play has just been dropped. It was on Exa Power. Jerry's going to jump on bomb plenty of time. It's a force buy win from Forze. Again and again, this is a wild merry-go-round that none of us can get off, Tom. It's an amusement park of horrors, but at least it's entertaining. I mean, this is crazy. Again, just throwing themselves up into that A site. It really did fall onto Almazer. He got 2 crucial kills when HS was still in the process of planting. It allowed for Almazer to run forward next to the truck, kind of push forward, close that gap. And you saw how desperate HS was to just get off to the bomb site. He felt so pinched, so pressured that he ended up giving himself away. That caused then this 3v2 to go running forward, a bit of a Hail Mary to just smoke off the bomb and create that confusion, create that chaos. But it's what's worked. It's exactly what's worked for Forze in these first 6 rounds.
See, I was going to bring in the question of do they actually go for a force buy here, but Existence has firmly answered that. He's gone for a no-head armor AK. The thing is, whoever comes out on top here, I feel like the CT side almost have to, just with the way that the map is balanced. You want to be getting more rounds on your CT side, but also just because the whole gain of the new economy update is the fact that you don't really lose your loss bonus so much unless you start winning. In this case, no one has gained any loss bonus. So if the Ts then get that 4th round, 5th round, then Forze Eco 6th round. You're already looking at what is a pretty poor half over on your CT side. So I feel like Forze have to come out of this force buy war on top. Otherwise, they're going to be in for a troublesome half.
Yeah, no, I entirely agree. Entirely agree. And I think it may be possible. I mean, we could re-narrate the round, Tom. Maybe call it a Forze buy.
Yeah.
But
unless Gamerlegion win.
Yeah, they have to come out on top. Let's rewrite the history books. Gamerlegion, Gamer Alliance. They're going to work their way towards bathrooms in a pretty solid cohort, but Exapower fully blind. Not just any op kill, Tom. No. The op headshot, fully blind. What a perfect way to shut down what is a full prong of this two-pronged assault. Long, completely open now. And despite his attention still being that way, once the numbers are counted, they are going to be wholeheartedly holding mid. But the Deagle and the AK can bite back. 2 versus 3 to the T's. They're going to try and walk into the A site with bomb in tow. Jerry needs to hit this flank on the head, and Scream, well, he's done for. Literally hits it on the head. Scream popped, and Forze come out on top.
It seemed like Nork was actually very unlucky not to get both kills there. Like, he just spams the Deagle away, and I think he kills one player through another, and then the other didn't have any armor, and that was actually who ended up killing Existence. So, small margins again, but that is the trend broken. And what that means is that Forze are now facing up against an Eco. So, finally, we've seen somebody manage to win 2 rounds in a row. It only took to round 7 to actually get that done. And yeah, it's literally going to be Glocks, a single P250 onto Scream, and then 1 solitary flashbang as well. Just going to be a rush B. You've also got an SMG, unfortunately on the wrong side of the map, so not going to be able to farm up many of these kills, unless things, of course, go horribly wrong for the B-side defenders.
So far, so not good. Hop is going to connect the Glock shots, but they hear all the footsteps inside of this. Flit's going to start to spam back. He's impatient because they're just playing with the time. Almazer comes in off of short, and it's a clean round. Forze just 1 player down. You know, that's negligible. Face crack being lost on the B site. 5-3, and the AKs immediately rebought. There's 3 rounds of loss bonus stacked up for Gamerlegion at the current moment. So, economy-wise, they are looking to bounce back pretty quick. No double saves nowadays.
Yeah, I kind of like it, but I like the fact that I get to see more buy rounds. I don't like the fact that teams don't get punished. I think that's the sort of pros and cons. It's like, yeah, more buy rounds is great, more exciting Counter-Strike. There's more quote-unquote balance, but it means like teams can basically be punished for winning, which I'm not really sure that's the right way to do it. I think
for the teams that are getting pooped on, Valve has handed them a moist towel. And I'm not about that. You know, I'm a different kind of philosophy, Tom. If you were getting wrecked 16-0, then you deserve to be there. No bounce backs, no handouts for me. But Hampus trying to hand out additional kills down towards the B site. He did open up shop, but it's Knock to bring back another. And all 3 of the CTs, Forze completely stuck on graffiti, so they'll go for the boost. Oh, that didn't work.
Nice spray from Nork. Able to connect the shots. There will be Scream getting the bomb down. No spam coming through, and nothing really being spotted by Exapower. He sees the pixel of Scream, but it isn't quite enough. And well, that missed shot actually means his teammate's going to go down. Cause and effect. But well, this AWP in a retake once again. I wonder if he's just going to try and do some damage, but in all honesty, they can't really afford it. The CT money yet to build up. We've already, well, noted that this has been a backwards and forwards affair, so the cash cow has not been gathered, and they will just have to save that AWP. And even after that, getting a buy in the next round is going to be stretched.
Man, this money flow is really going to play into the, let's call it a comeback from Gamerlegion, just because they were on the losing end of the Forze Wars. Still, 1 round of loss bonus per team at the moment, and Forze is going to buy with everything they've got. It does include an AWP and the double AUG, MP9, and a Deagle. Plenty of grenades exchanged around the team as well, so they're going to be all right, Forze, but it's definitely fighting off the back foot when you look at this full-fledged buy of Gamerlegion. Kind of limiting for Forze in a way. We've seen them play proactive towards connector in a couple of rounds, try to get boosts going, but these are the sorts of risks you may be a little hesitant to take when it comes down to being on the lesser side of a buy. They sit inside the bomb sites and they want to play close. Look at Jerry, MP9 in hand, supporting the op. I'd be a big fan of Esea Power if he walks into here and plucks one off the map.
They are at least getting information, unfortunately for them.
Nice.
I was going to say, it doesn't look like HS is going to give them anything, but he does. He peeks out, gets that opening pick of the T's, their reaction. Quickly make your way towards the A site before any sort of flank can come in. They know there were multiple players around those angles, and they found 2 kills right back towards them. Scream, he's going first. He's got 1 HP. He's just got to get his pure cannon fodder here, trying to get an aggressive angle they won't be expecting. That's exactly where he is right now, but he gets spammed through the wall. A little bit unlucky for Scream. And now it's just going to come down to his teammates. They have been given a chance to at least set up, and the incendiary will give them even more space. I'm more looking towards this flank, though, because Facecrack, I think he needs a distraction before he can open this door. And you can see there's still players in the form of Hampus waiting.
Yeah, definitely within earshot. But Hampus, you can see him flashing back towards the site. If the timing worked out, then there would have been a chance for Facecrack, a better chance. Him being denied that entry, though, that's going to push the rest of the Forze down to the depths of the B site. They shall save. 5th round for Gamerlegion. Good A hit. I like the confidence. You could see it from Scream. Maybe boiling over even in his risky foray, but so be it. 3 survivors for the T's, and all tied up at 5. Difficult rebuy for Forze here, seeing as they were already working with an SMG and a pistol in the previous round. It's just going to have to be that single op and AK here in the 11th.
Yeah, can't afford much more. And with what they have in this round, it means the money into the next round will still give them an AWP. So I think that's the main reason that they're willing to sort of take this hit. I think if the money was a bit worse off, we would have seen some pistols brought in once again. They've been fairly happy to fight off of this, but now it's just going to come down to the Esea Power show. Give him a chance. Hopefully he'll shoot someone other than his teammate in the back.
There goes the first kill. Hampus maybe getting a little ahead of himself because he's just given a gun over to Facecrack, and with the smoke on the other side, creates a layer of confusion. Gamerlegion gonna have to deal with this. So remember what we were working with when we came into this round, Tom. Single op, single AK. It has already started off in a 5v4 and a 3rd weapon here in the hands of Forze. These are the kinds of rounds where I really look to Existence to get himself in control of this squad, get everybody back on the same page, and regain what should have been an easy round.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen some pretty decent mid-round calls. I think the last round was testament to that, with losing a player on the other side of the map and quickly using that to pounce on the A site. I think that was a good call, but it's whether or not in these sort of scenarios they even have the right information. They're going to take this towards long. I actually quite like that when you have... Well, you know that there's players on the other side that don't have rifles. You have an inherent advantage based off range alone. The only problem is there is still an AWP, and the CTs have clearly grabbed all the information they need. They're already on a full rotation over towards the site. Almeza is in a corner that some people don't check. Luckily for us, Scream is going to do just that. Make sure that everything is cleared, and one by one, every member of the CT side has fallen. Facecrack probably just wanted to get out of there with an AK, in all honesty. I get that he would have had to make quite a bit of noise to run away, but 1v4 AK no armor, I'm never going to see that happen.
I'm all for it. That was I mean, I can praise that mid-round call. We said Existence had to do it. Well, he puts himself in bathrooms as that only player. And one of the main reasons you're not going to want to prioritize bathrooms over something like long, where we saw the majority of them go, is because they didn't have that connector control. You mentioned it, Tom. It boils down to the information you may have. And that lack of information is why they prioritize long. Look how it works out. Perfect entry kills on that bomb site. Even though Forze had rotated just moments before the T's rounded the corner, they got them all. Just like Esea Power might here on A. Starts the round off with a double op shots, the 2K, and the 4v3. There is, however, still a CT in Flit, who's doubled back through connector. He's dodged Scream, who's currently clearing those corners, but Flit's still positioned close enough to be a real thorn in their side. Long is shut down. That op and Exa Power's done it all. And now Flit's gonna close out the round with the last 2 kills. Perfect play here from Forze on A. I love the aggression. I love the precision.
Yeah, and Exi Power, like you can see by his tally at the moment, a lot of the time where the rounds have actually been lost is when he's not in the right place at the right time. He's been forced into saves mostly when we've seen hits towards the B side. In fact, I think the A side has definitely been the stronger of the two for them when he's actually been around those angles and given the positions to maneuver. And in this case, it was actually just him taking the fight to his opponent. He's got to be careful though, because the man on the other side, Nork, can do exactly that as well.
Yeah, you know, you're feeling yourself. You just got a crucial 3K in the previous round. You're thinking another one. And then you get a reality check. Knock,
we ain't
knock.
the best.
Who's there?
Well, in that round, it was Nork.
Exactly. Kicking down the door. He didn't wait for a response, Tom. He just charged headstrong through them, and look at the result. Full long A control. Sure, they don't have bathrooms because Almazer's still committed to the... And this is an off position. This is weird. I like it. Could very well catch someone off. Where's Hampus at?
B. Oh, no, he's going to go back to short. Look at Jerry. Oh, he does actually spot him out. He hits the headshot. Now, they're going to gather up some information at least, but Hampus has just got a position that he should never be able to get. Like, he's running around. He's making so much noise. He's trying to throw off the rotations. I like this. He's actually just shooting bullets as much as he can to throw off the rest of the players as they go pushing in towards the site. However, they missed out Almazer. He will be tapped out by Scream, luckily. And Jerry, well, he wasn't far behind.
Oh, man. There's some weird layers to that one. Almazer, that's one of those rounds kind of like where you recall when Flit was playing behind barrels, had 3 backs turned and just unfortunately started to shoot at the wrong ones. Well, similar situation just now for Almazer. He hears footsteps moving past. He loses his teammates on the A site, despite them trying to play safe and not commit to gunfights, knowing he was there. He was that playmaker, but he wasn't given his chance. He had to pull the trigger, seeing his teammates died, and there was still that third pesky player from Gamerlegion just lurking around the bathrooms to put a bullet in his back. So unfortunate turn of events. You know, the positioning's there, the chance is there, but it just gets closed on. Those hero plays haven't come through for Forze, and they've lost their lead. 6-7 favored Gamerlegion, and it's not just the score that favors them. That's a big old hefty buy for the T side, and the CTs call this pause to figure things out.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where ideally you want to be winning the half as a CT side, but it's just not worth the risk here. You want to make sure XC Power has that AWP. Sure, maybe Facecrack can get something a little bit extra, maybe go for an MP9 or something and just try and catch somebody out, or just go for a pistol with a hell of a lot of nades. That was one of the ways we saw them sneak around, was just holding on to smokes until the last few seconds. The thing is, I think Gamerlegion have adapted to that. Like, we've seen a lot more faster plays towards A. They've been opening up the site quite well over the last few rounds. And okay, sure, it definitely helped that when XE Power is not on A, it seems like it's far more vulnerable. So the second they get that opening pick, I think it was almost cemented the direction they were going to go.
I'd agree with you, Tom. Not about everything, but about this thing. I'll give you that much. You're coming back from Pro League, aren't you? Didn't you just do last week?
Yeah.
That was Leicester.
I've actually never been to Leicester, even though I've lived in England for 23 years. It was not a place I ever really needed to go, but it was all right. I spent a lot of time being very, very lazy and ordering food to my room, and then going and casting Pro League. Like, don't know what else you really want in life.
No, man. Listen, we all just look for a chance to be kind of sassy. Eat your bonbons. Do it well.
I thought you were going to say a slob, but sassy works much better for me.
I was going to say we can all, you know, you just want to like lounge around and be fat and sassy, but I didn't want to offend you. But it's a metaphor, Tom. It's not a literal speech. A literal speech. You get it, damn it.
I know.
Forze doesn't get it. They don't get much. They're going to get the CZ, the 5-7, double deagle, flashbang. It's the bare bones, and Almazer's dead early. So this B stack is all they really have to go for. And if I'm a gambling man, I'm going to say 8-6.
Yeah, I think it would be unlikely, especially if the T's just probe properly across the other sides of the map. They get the opening on towards A. They've already spotted a couple of players over on towards the B side. HS, he may actually go down here, but never mind. Hits the first shot. It will be Jerry to at least get the trade. But they should know that there's still at least one player on this site. They're actually still going to be pushing into it, though. But at this point, so much damage has been done. Flit only has a USP, and he's the healthy player. I think even if they push into the stack site, it's not going to matter.
I, again, agree. Because you've had that one player kind of putting in the work. They've been waiting patiently for the bottom of connector flank. You know, Scream hoping that maybe there's an additional layer to this. But Forze, it's pretty flat cake. They're waiting. They haven't given it up. They've opted not to go for the aggressive push either. But now the utility could really put the nail in the... If it was already enough, these AKs, then the grenade sailing over should make it even worse. But Jerry gets fully blinded, empties out the CZ prematurely, flits inside of the pit, and he's got a dink off. If only it would have been a quicker kill. If only he could have grabbed a gun.
I'm actually impressed that Jerry manages to get a kill there. In all honesty, the fact that he shoots nigh on all of his bullets and then taps the last one into the head of the man on shot. It's impressive, but this is what they were saving for. They get themselves what I will call the meta buy, which is full AUGs and an AWP. Utility still fairly lackluster and only a single kit. It's not ideal, but still workable at least. And we're not going to see an aggressive peek into middle this time, which I like. 2 rounds in a row, you've lost that duel. Learn from your mistakes, reposition, and, well, we've already seen what XE can do when taking control of long. And now this time, he even has Flit playing on the anti-flash.
I'd love to see Flick go hard here. Just seeing as he was kind of robbed in that one round hiding behind barrels. This is a similar situation where he's being primed to succeed. Just like Jerry was. Good job, Jerry. Runs into short, gets the 5v4.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
He's been spotted. The Molotov might be enough to finish him off. I think they know they need to take the fight, and unfortunately for Flit, he is going to be the trade, just clinical from existence. Not going to opt to take any further control of long.
Great
Mazer on short instead. That's twice now. Both kills they've actually got have just been based off predicting their opponent. Face crack. Smoke timing. About right, but Scream goes through it, just takes his head off. Turns into a 3v3. I'm going to continue this push. Jerry's waiting just below in the side. They've got to be careful for him. HS has at least spotted him out. This isn't really a safe situation for Scream to get the bomb down, though. Especially with Jerry still just lurking around this.
Man, pressured. Oh, Almazer gets it through the smoke. Jerry's crosshair offset, wants to worry about HS and nails him first. 8 seconds. And Existence has to lead by example, but it's just not going to happen. Well done by Jerry. Closes out the round, stays so persistent in that B-site defense. You know, had them worried as to when he was going to strike, but Jerry just bought enough time for his teammates to come in. No bomb plant even there, Tom, in the 15th round. So Gamerlegion still finish the half of the lead. 8-7 on the T side of Overpass. That's nice. Real nice. But Forze are a good Overpass team. And I'm excited to see what they have on the T side. I want strats. You know, I want executions. I want some layered tactics to really send this one home.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me is I feel like Gamerlegion have everything that I would want to see from a team that could be CT side strong. Like, I always remember that sort of old G2 roster that had Scream in it, where they managed to, like, I think it was 16-0 on cash, and it was purely based off having strong individuals in the right positions on the map. And it wasn't so much any synergy. I wouldn't say there was, like, crazy good comms in that team at all. It was just purely based on Scream is on the B site. Scream will hold the B site. You have somebody else in mid. They will hold mid. You have someone on A. They will hold A. And that's something that I just see within this Gamerlegion side. Like, Scream is still going to put in work on whichever site he is put on. Hampus will do exactly the same. They have a double AWP, which is utterly filth if they want to bring it out, with Nork and Hampus both being able to pick them up. HS is another one of the players that I put in the sort of Scream caliber. Like, again, he's just going to pop heads from corners. And yeah, sure, if you do have the tactics and you have the utility to sex them out, you will be able to break them down. But that's where I want to see something from Forze. Like, are they going to have the tactics alongside that crazy CISA?
Well, you want crazy, Tom? Here you have it. You got 9 players just dogpiling their way into the bottom of Connector, and it's not going to work out for Gamerlegion. I agree with your sentiment, right? The multi-kill potential on the side of Gamerlegion seems not so not so potent when you are stacking up and getting glocked back, which is exactly what happened to this second pistol. So it's going to be forced to pick up second pistol, which means these teams have split the pistol rounds. Assuming, of course, this is in the bag. We do still have Scream alive, but he doesn't know where he is. And neither do Forze. This is going to be the 8-8 that Forze would hope to start this T side with.
Yeah, but we saw how the previous half went with the 4-spire war. Now,
The Forze
luckily,
Wars.
yeah, the Forze wars, of course.
The great Forze Wars of 2019.
I'm actually interested to see whether or not Gamerlegion will go for it. Now, most of the time on the CT side, especially on a map like this, where an AWP is so prominent, you kind of do want to force that second round, save the third, and get the like bolstered by going into the fourth round. The sort of like the normal buy used to be before the economy changed. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them invest something here, especially with Scream having some extra Kevlar. At the same time, we've already spoken about how each of them is so individually sound, so they might just be along the lines of, let's buy next round, we don't need utility anyway.
But they'll go with the save. Just that $200 flashbang. You know, I'm a firm believer, Tom. One flashbang can make a difference if it's well placed, and this time it's in the hands of existence. So you know there's some kind of elaborate scheme going on here towards the B site. 5 players up for Gamerlegion. May just wait for the T's to execute, go for the pop flash, and then 4 of these CTs are just going to come swarming out from the water. They've already started with the first kill. Exapower has to swap to the pistol, but that's not going to stop him. Almazer cleans up shop. The rifles come into support, but it was the sheer tenacity of those MAC-10s. You know, a flashbang could have been thrown if the AKs were just shoulder peeking and peppering and popping the bomb site. But those MAC-10s, no, they waited not for no flashbang. They charged in, headstrong, and got the job done.
Yeah, I like the fact as well that they don't have any SMGs going into this round as well. So this is one of the ways that at least the team going for the 4-spy coming in can actually get quite a big advantage over the team that has won the pistol rounds, is that you go into your first buy round and you might have 2 SMGs, you might have like something missing. I like the attempted nade stack. I also like the aggression that's coming out as well. Hampus has almost managed to get rid of Exi power. That would have been an AWP drop to the deck, and I'm sure Hampus would have liked to retrieve that. Or maybe Scream, although not really renowned for his AWPing. 1 taps with an AWP really wouldn't be so impressive. Even still, they do have one in the hands of Nork, but no armor and no utility whatsoever.
Whoa, we just missed what could have been the opening duel. Existence falling off of Party just missed the head of Flit, which you now see popping up over the connector. This wouldn't surprise me. Whoa, okay. This wouldn't surprise me if it comes down to the first kill here on this position. Homp is ready for the peak. Doesn't anticipate as much coming out from Fountain, but there are 2 players there. Hompus. Oh, this could be huge. He's going to let the first 2 players cross. He hears the footsteps. Now he's going to execute them both from behind, and still that connector player can do nothing about it. Flit's going to pop up. Does exchange frags here. So 4v3 still to the favor of the Gamerlegion. And Forze, with 25 seconds left, are going to have to head that bomb headstrong into B. The squeaky door is going to give way by sound, and these CTs are prepared. Tom, can they hold it off?
Scream's still got nades. He's got an incendiary. He could throw this down with like 10 seconds to go. And I don't know if there's anything they can do. It's just going to come down to if he's caught on the timing. There goes the incendiary. He's still going to manage to find one and a second as well. Has HS alongside him. And this is almost exactly what we saw one of the rounds thrown in from Forze as well. Like, they had a weak buy. they didn't have much utility at the start of the round, but in the last 20 seconds, they pretty much still had all of it. Like, there was a smoke that went onto short, an incendiary to follow it up, and I think multiple flashbangs that were thrown in. Bear in mind, that's an early force buy. It probably means they didn't throw any the whole round.
Big play by Hampus really opens up that ability. You know, you're not expending utility or looking for the opening kill when you've got the man adding 2 to the tally so early on. We've got the God AK, Almazer. Can he do it? Or is he a false prophet? He's got the smoke to throw over into B. Looking to section off Hampus's op. Look at that flurry of utility. 5, 6 grenades come just soaring over, and Scream goes peeking wide through the flames. He'll sprint into short, but face to face. He shoots Flit, just pops his way out, goes back for Jerry, can't manage. 3v3, op high, boosted on the other side of Graffiti, but the bomb's going to be planted by Exapower, and now these two ops have to battle their way into the retake versus Guns.
Existence going to try and mask his falling, and he actually does! Not one player watching that angle. I think that's a bit of miscommunication, and now Jerry, he does have the AUG. He's got a bit of utility to try and expend, but they know exactly where he is. Or at least they should do. One man's going to start defusing, and well, it's very easy for Existence to work out where his opponent's going to be. Great retake in the end, and actually Existence gets every single kill. That was the one worry. Double AWP in a retake. Well, if the third player just kills everyone, it's not so much of a worry.
Yeah, worry not, my fair oppers. We've got the AUG on patrol. Existence. 1/3 of his kills coming in that after plant, but a crucial after plant because it does put Gamerlegion back in the lead. 10-9 versus Pistols once again. This CT side could start to extend its way towards victory lane.
Again, it's just going to be a brute force attempt, but the grenade sectioning off is looking like Existence in with a chance to pad his stats a little bit. Nice shot from Flit at least, but eventually HS will be there to put him down and face crack. Now the only one remaining. And while that first missed shot was enough. HS AWPing. Again, not something you see very often, but just picking it up so that Nork will have it in the next round. And, well, another relatively clean one coming out from the CT side. I think that's one of the big issues we always had for Forze was they never actually made any money throughout the whole CT side. They were always on the back burner, and if they lost one of them, they were reset. The way that Gamerlegion, okay, they initially lost, but then they won all the following rounds and 3 or 4 players alive, they've already got enough to comfortably buy if things go wrong.
You know, I haven't had the chance to watch Gamerlegion all too much, but being back here, Tom, towards the MDL, the proving grounds, as I like to consider it, I like this team. They really do have a lot of layers behind this. You know, Hampus, who had IGL'd and opted at times for a lot of these tier 2 Swedish teams, always kind of looking for that big break. These are the teammates I think you can succeed with. I mean, Scream, a legendary player, you can't deny it. HS was a key part of that European optic lineup we had before it turned NA. Existence, again, legends, and Knock really to me is the biggest player who has maybe a chip on his shoulders. Double ops here. The headshots are here, the multi-frag capability, and even that sweet, sweet leadership.
And a push through monster. Not something I was expecting to see, but it works, sort of. They lose one, but get one back, so Jerry's going to be down. And now this becomes a horrible round for the T's, because you don't actually know what you have control of anymore. Because the likelihood is fairly slim the Scream's going to push all the way through T-spawn. But what if he does? Then you are really screwed. So you have to sort of get your move on a little bit more. Connector also being held. We actually saw Flit holding almost identical position to what Existence is currently doing. So if it falls him, that will annoy me a little bit considering it's his own spot. But that opening pick, that might be the game changer because Almazer coming back through Banana. Is he going to... Oh, he's a little bit unlucky there. This is going to be very easy for Existence to get that kill.
And Scream's going to catch Exapower, not anticipating one amidst their spawn, including Bomb. That's a prized possession here for Scream, and he's going to look to just close out the round. No splits coming. Denied. 3 rounds the lead for Gamerlegion. The CT side starting to soar forward, Mr. Bismeyer. And unfortunately for Forze, everyone's floating around that $3,000 mark, so it's not going to get any easier here. in the 22nd round.
I have to say as well, I'm actually liking the fact that Scream seems to be very well utilized within this roster. Like, I think that's one of the things that you can give props over to Existence for, is at least in the past and currently, it seems like Scream definitely fits in. Like, we've seen him go for a lot of opening picks, aggressive plays, but it definitely suits his play style. And I think that within other rosters that may not have been so successful, like, for example, the MB roster he was in previously, it definitely didn't seem to work. Now, this level of aggression, starting to be a bit too predictable. The CT side pushing all the way through towards the spawn again. And this time Hampus has given away a gun. I didn't actually see what happened to Existence, but yeah, they've been caught now.
But curiously enough, and this plays into what you were just talking about, Scream's aggression, he sees all of those numbers up towards Playground and opts to push through monsters. He has cover of the barrel, and he just one-taps Almazer. Now face cracks dropped, bomb thrown down onto the ground, and Flit is the one to exchange this. But at least it's a 2v2. You know, Scream, he's picked back up these pieces, and there's not armor on Exapower, despite him wielding an M4. There are pieces of utility to play. Double smoke and a frag. Knock falls back. He has a support in short from HS. And if the timing's perfect here, then this round will be nothing but sweat on the brow. Because you know Gamerlegion don't want to give away one versus just these pistols. But a smoke towards heaven turns the T's attention back towards short. Now the plant, oh, not going to happen. HS denies it. He tucks himself back behind sandbags and he confirms that Exapower is on site. Another plant attempt. It's desperation. It's done. Gamerlegion reconvene on B. And thanks to Scream, that 2K towards the spawn, he pushes himself past 20 frags and pushes Gamerlegion to 13.
I really like the peek as well from HS, like towards the sandbags, because you could see the T's were aware that he might be there, but they were holding the angle if he wide peeked. Instead, he just walks backwards. The sandbags still cover him, and he can kill the bomb planter. Just small details, but it's enough to completely change elements of the round. Luckily, that was more of an eco. So, like, in terms of what they actually got done with what they invested, it wasn't too bad. The thing is, though, you kind of felt like that was going to go their way. Even still, though, T's will be coming up with a buy into this round. So they can opt to bounce back. They've done a little bit of damage to the economy, but, well, with Nork on 9,100 after getting an AWP kill. Not a gun that gives you a huge amount of finances, but I don't think he minds.
It's not all about money, Tom. If it was, I wouldn't be here.
You're not being paid handsomely, then.
The only handsomeness around here is you, Tom.
I saw that coming, and I knew that there was nothing I could do, and there's nothing I could say.
You just had to let the flesh crawl, and at the same time enjoy what could be a throwaway from Gamerlegion. I mean, walking into the op on mid, that's the opening Exapower has to hope for. Now, Hop is kind of curious as to whether the T's stuck around, and they haven't. Forze have gone all in down towards this B site. 30-second on the mark, and Scream. Oh, Scream, he gets aggressive. With HS over towards the site, able to cut off one side, it does fall back onto just Exapower and Flit. Hop is coming in from the high ground. Could just fly out from the heaven. If he gets past the op of Exapower, then maybe he does this, but he sees his head. Oh, he pops it. And Flit, inside of the smoke, comes around the corner for the kill. Comes around the corner for the 10th round. Forze, at least having double digits. That full-fledged rifle round breaks through the T side. It was 5 unanswered from Gamerlegion's defense. Finally, the T's break through.
I think the most painful thing about that round was the fact that the T's knew Scream was coming, and they still couldn't kill him. Like, it was Exapower was holding the angle with an AWP, and just look at how much damage has been done. Both teams' economy, well, at least in terms of saved money, has dwindled, but for the T's, their money isn't even good in this round. They're just going to try and dry peek. A nice shot from Flit to at least counter, but there's a quick rotation coming in from the CT side. They're all around this site. Unfortunately for them, the T's have been winning the duels. Out of the smoke, pokes HS to at least make things possible. Gets another chance, but runs out of ammo. Existence is there to save him. But now HS is left into a 1 versus 2. Both players have managed to get themselves rifles in hands. Well, now, he doesn't have much hope. He's just, well, hoping that someone peeks into the angle.
Oh, he heard the footstep to his left. He knows he's there. He knows. Jerry made sense. If HS can close this gap, there's still time to win it, but he needs the headshot, and it's Jerry to take the duel. Oh, that was a close one, Tom. Had me puckered. Gamerlegion, 2-round lead still, but dude, they tried so quickly to get back into that B site last round, but you saw them just lose, what was it, 3 kills or 2 kills in what was mere seconds? Like, maybe playing a little too fast, because compare that to the way that Hampus was able to come down from the A site and support HS. They got so much more work done. A little crazy, a little too crazy for my liking. I saw the bloodlust in their eyes. But now it's time for Gamerlegion to die, and Forze close that gap by 1 more round. I mean, we're talking 1 deagle in the CT. Never should this work out for the CT side.
At the same time, the players with those weapons in hands have been effective, especially Scream so far, which, well, it warms my heart, I have to say. And one, Orca's just going to sneak through, doesn't manage to retrieve the AK, which is at least something for the T side. Even still, though, I feel like these are the rounds that make you sweat. Like, it's not the buy rounds. Like, if you're consistently, like, fighting in these sort of rounds, like, you're not really under pressure. I feel like when you lose a player early in one of these eco rounds, it's one of those ones where you're like, no, we can't lose this. We can't make this mistake. This would throw the game. And for Forze, well, they've lost 1, but they seem to be keeping calm, slowing down.
And that's always the question when we're in this phase of the round where you see Forze setting themselves up to what looks like a very likely win. You know, if they just walk through Monster right now, they only have to do the short, plus they get that kill. But this is the question, is like, are they overplaying it? Are they playing themselves? Currently, doesn't seem so. They're going to move into this B site with rifles in hand. There is a player still close smoke in HS. He lines up a couple bodies, almost 3. But Scream, with a dig from the heavens above, has done nothing just yet. Hasn't even rattled off a round. So Forze get bombed down in a 4 versus 1, looking all too easy. Almazer sends a bullet to the skies, and Scream dies. So we're nearly tied. 1 round that difference, but the buyback from Gamerlegion, can it be enough?
Yeah, it's again one of those buys which it's going to have some holes in it. No AWP for Nork. Even with the extra kill he managed to get in the previous round off the P250, wasn't quite enough, would have needed 1 more. He's actually going to opt to go for head armor over X utility. Boost come in, but Ampus is ready for it. I absolutely love it. It has become a little bit predictable at Overpass. It's going to come in at some point, so checking it early in the round is not a bad idea. At the same time, you still have to give him props.
Yeah, I haven't noticed whether he's been regularly doing that, so I can't say that like this is the first time it's happened. And what a miraculous turn of events! But it works, right? We get confirmation he's at least checked it in the 26th round, and a 5v4 off of it. Ops picked back up by Almazer, so still it'll be a piece of this pie. He's going to try to give support as eyes pry through Monster, but they will see nothing because Scream's just tucked back behind the barrel. And as the smokes fly over, he may be burned out. Has to instead take a position on site. Remember, HS is closer on short. Jerry's slowly walking around these corners. The Shadow's going to give it away, but he still just lands that headshot. Rips it clean off. And Hampus playing around the bomb site now. This isn't a commitment. Forze, they can still double back. And if they go towards A, it's existence alone. And he's currently leaving.
I think the call's been made. He's gone back. He should hear the footsteps now, and he's spotted the pixels of the players, but he's wondering what to do with that remaining flashbang. Expecting someone to come in through long, they're not. They've all come in through mid, and Almazer just waiting patiently with that AWP. Forze are going to turn this back. 13-13, 4 rounds in a row now. At least meaning that the CT side's economy will start to build based off loss bonus, but I'm starting to like the look of this T side from Forze.
Yeah, me too. I think one of the reasons, Tom, we saw that 5-round spree coming out of Gamerlegion was think back to like the aggression. Some of that was so unexpected because you had players pushing into playground every single round, and it was eventually the pistol round from Forze that kind of burst that bubble. So when even pistols can counteract what is your go-to setup, your standard play, that's when you know you're in for some issues. And ever since then, I mean, Gamerlegion, they're smart enough to realize they can't be hyper-aggressive every round. But when they find themselves on these bomb sites just looking to defend, that's when Forze have been better. You know, I think back to the round on the B site where we had Gamerlegion try to almost rush the retake, playing the retake with the same level of aggression as they were playing their setups originally. Forze are ready for that. Forze are ready to go toe-to-toe. They have a read to the decisions, the tendencies of Gamerlegion, and that kind of preference for aggression. But double AUG setup here for Gamerlegion is going to be the round they'll have to break back with. If not, Forze take the lead. But Hoppus will start it off with 1. And then his support player with a pistol goes down. So 4v3. Forze out of the gates looking good. And they could just transition into this slow A take. But Nock will eventually get behind them because he's just climbed up the ladder.
Jerry's the one that's still waiting around this angle. If it's a free kill, free rifle, I always hate seeing a Deagle coming in from behind. Oh, Nock's not going to take the shot. I don't blame him. These are some of the most horrible positions. There we go. Now he's got a much better chance, and this time he will take the shot. He's got to be careful. There's another player around, but that actually gives HS a kill. A turnaround from Almeza looking towards Nock. Don't blame him there, but he's been caught out by HS. And now there's so many CT players on towards this short position. Nice shot from Flip to at least get rid of the first. 2 players in this corner, though. Who's going to be expecting that? And I wonder if they were masked by the flames. Another shot comes in, though, and now Scream's position has been given away. He's got to do it all. He manages to first. Here's the man planting the bomb. Knows roughly where Flit is. Will wait patiently and wins out the clutch as well. Great work again from Scream. A great round in general from Gamerlegion. Just catching every player at the right time.
My man Scream, dude, just tucked away in that corner. I'm thinking to myself, if that Opera wide swings, both those CTs kind of stuck to that position, committed, and it wasn't even as though one was hiding. No, they were just waiting for the cross, looking for the duels. Dude, Scream comes in with a massive clutch. I mean, when you start getting between the 27th to the 30th round, that's when you give a big bonus, a cash bonus raise to the players who come into the clutch, and Scream does it. He's going to push his score to 24. Damn, Scream. What do you have for breakfast, Tom?
I don't know. Something Belgium. Glad I'm here to help.
Sorry, I'm actually Googling whether you can eat breakfast during Ramadan, because I'm pretty sure Scream partakes in fasting.
Ah. Isn't that to do with it's what if he had it really early? Because I think it's when the sun's up, right?
Right. So maybe Scream's just been, you know, he's fueled, he's fired. Not a conversation I want to have, Tom. Let's talk CS, baby.
Yeah, that's a much better idea. Something we're slightly more educated on, at least. But yeah, aggression again from Scream. They've taken full water control very early on in this round. It makes things difficult. Smoke's not ideal, but Scream's going to try and use it in his favor. I think he may have spotted the feet of Jerry, and that is another free kill based off aggression coming out from Scream. And I think the other thing you do have to give them props for is there's been times where they've gone a little bit too aggressive. They're reining it in. Like Scream, he gets that first kill, knows that someone could have pushed him from the connector, just falls back. Maybe they'll re-aggress later on in the round, but in this situation, they're going to take the 5v4.
$5 as existence never moves.
Well, either until he gets a kill or dies.
Right. Yeah. Until he's forcefully removed. But he takes the aggression. He goes with ambitious hopes for the peak, and it works. Now Nock's here to support him, but existence dies just as Nock arrives, and he's got that tunnel vision going on with the op scope. There's a player just next to him, and he's seen it. They've seen each other, in fact. Nock wins that close-range op duel. Now these last two teams are going to have to try to either push forward or double back. In separating, they've screwed themselves. Exapower knows he has no chance in this. He's going to look to hold on to that op as Gamerlegion get 15 rounds. It was a bit of a rebuttal coming off of Forze 4 rounds straight after Gamerlegion's 5. But now, CTs arrive on map point.
Yeah, they've taken a bit of damage towards the end. No AWP just yet, and they won't get one. They can buy one, of course, but that's a pretty pricey gift that they have to hand over onto Nork. And considering this is going to be, well, one of the final rounds for them, or their map points, this could be a problem. They lose this round, the 30th round could be based off pistols for Gamerlegion. So this definitely isn't done just yet. Rifles will be in play. The AWP also kept. So XE Power going to take a lead role in this round. I already see Existence. A little bit of aggression into middle, but I think they probably just threw out a little bit of utility and then just fell back.
Existence not afforded the same amount of respect as he was in the last round when he just chilled back behind side door. No. He's going to have to be pressured into the banana position. Still has support over the shoulder, this time from Hampus. Knocks op. Going to have to double back down towards B because that's where Flitz opened up shop. Oh, but Existence, he's gotten aggressive. Feels confidence with Hampus behind him. They're able to section off that one player. That's a crucial trade frag back onto Al. It's going to kind of shift roles for Facecrack. He wanted to come join his teammates on the B hit, but man, they are primed to get flanked. Squeaky door closed. Hampus definitely hears this. Is HS about to get aggressive? Exapower's got ops forward, but he misses his shot, and that was nearly a chance for HS to take down the support. However, Nox still ready for this. They're going to double down on this ramp position. HS with eyes up, hoping Jerry emerges. Again, they're going to double back closer towards Graffiti, but the defense falls. Force in hard, and now Hampus is ready to exchange. It is the 2v4 turn 2v2.
Ooh.
One! Just one! Because Existence hits the headshot. Exapower with all to do, op in hand, being peppered. This is ridiculous, and it's still down to the clutch. 8 shots, and Existence got them all. 4 kills here in the last round. Dude's shooting through smoke like there's no tomorrow, and Tom, it works. Somehow, it works.
Get out! Like that was ridiculous. I don't even think he has smoke showing up on his screen. That was some of those, like, it was not even just the fact that he gets the kills. It's the fact that at that moment, the player decided to walk into his line of vision while he was shooting. Like, that's just madness. A crazy round to end it on, and I think Forze are going to be absolutely kicking themselves. A 2 versus 4 that could have been probably to get them to OT. Just remember, as I said at the beginning of the round, it would have been pistols. So, yeah, pretty horrific position. True. It is going to be Gamerlegion getting some more points on the board, and I believe at this moment in the Mountain Dew League, they are yet to lose a game. Only played 2 or now 3 matches, but they have been flawless so far, which that's one hell of a way to start. We'll see if that continues as we are going to be heading off to a break.
All right, let's do it, Tom. We'll reconvene with you guys for the second map of the day. It's a full day of ESEA. 4 maps, and the second one coming soon, so don't go too far.